Move On When Ready, A Fiscal Help or a Financial Hindrance by Elizabeth Brooks. So what exactly is Move On When Ready? It is an opportunity for high school students to take college classes and receive both high school and college credit for the same class. For example, students can take English 1101, which is considered freshman English at the college level. English 1101 also replaces the senior English class back at the high school. Students can take core classes or program classes. So they could take English 1101, Math 1111, Psychology 1101, or they could take welding, criminal justice, cosmetology, or nurse aid. Students are eligible to participate in Move On When Ready by providing SAT, ACT, or Accuplacer scores and submitting the required paperwork. Move On When Ready pays for the student's education. Tuition is fully covered, all mandatory fees are fully covered, and the students are provided with textbooks for the classes that they're taking. The textbooks must be returned at the end of the semester, and should the student choose to not return the textbook, they may incur a fine. Move On When Ready also pays for some course-related fees, including biology lab fees and online course fees. Move On When Ready pays for all course-related supplies as well, including welding kits, nurse aid scrubs, and uniforms. Move On When Ready is significant because it is a free resource to students and their parents. It does not touch their HOPE hours, neither the cap nor the funding, so students still are at full HOPE capability when they graduate from high school. Move On When Ready is an awesome opportunity to assist students who are the first in their family to attend college. Since it's a transitional period while the students are still in high school, it allows them to familiarize themselves with college, even if it's an unfamiliar setting. Move On When Ready is also a great opportunity for high schools in rural areas because it provides funding to the high school and also can provide teachers from the college to teach the classes at the high school campus. This eliminates the need for high schools to find an additional teacher if they're short-staffed. Move On When Ready is also a good opportunity for high schools in urban areas. Again, it provides funding to the individual high school, and it also allows for class sizes to be smaller. Instead of needing several teachers for the same high school class, high school students can take it both at the high school campus or at the college campus. Move On When Ready provides colleges the opportunity to attain their enrollment numbers. Since these students are counted as both high school and college students, they are counted towards enrollment numbers for federal and state funding on the college level. Move On When Ready also helps parents and students transition into college. Since high school students are taking these college classes while they're still in high school, they are able to ease into the college environment and setting so that when they graduate from high school and attend college full-time, they already know what to expect. The main issue surrounding Move On When Ready is funding for the program. Currently, both high schools and colleges receive funding for the same student. The high school also gets CCRPI points, which helps receive more funding. The colleges get to count these students towards their enrollment numbers, which assists them in receiving state and federal funding. The issue here becomes each student is essentially paid for twice, once at the high school level and once at the college level. As Move On When Ready and dual enrollment continues to grow, funding sources will subsequently expand until they're at their limit. Whenever these funding resources reach their fiscal limit, will Move On When Ready continue to completely fund dual enrollment, or will funding have to be cut in order to create more opportunities for these students? How exactly is Move On When Ready funded anyway? Georgia Governor Nathan Deal has appropriated $29.4 million towards Move On When Ready and dual enrollment for fiscal year 2018. This is an increase from $17.1 million for fiscal year 2017. So Move On When Ready has been appropriated almost double the funding. Funding comes from Georgia Student Finance Commission. Students, their high school counselors, and Move On When Ready personnel all must complete an application process. The students log on to Georgia Student Finance Commission, create an account, and submit an application with their personal information. This application then goes to high school counselors, who approve the application and add the classes that the students will be taking through the college. Once the high school counselor has completed their portion, it goes to Move On When Ready personnel, who approve it and submit it for invoicing on the college financial aid end. Of the total budget for Georgia for fiscal year 2018, pre-K through 12 educational needs account for 40% of the budget. Of that 40%, the Move On When Ready budget accounts for 17%. So the Move On When Ready budget is truly a huge portion of the entire Georgia budget when you look at other appropriations. Move On When Ready has a huge impact on everything it touches. One of the main impacts it has is on the post-secondary institution. It helps by boosting the school's enrollment, which simultaneously increases revenue for the institution by gaining both federal and state funding for that student. It also increases the chances of these students continuing as regular students at this particular institution upon graduating from high school. Since these students are already familiarized with the college campus and are already students, many choose to continue their post-secondary education at the college they were enrolled in as a high school student. This leads obviously to an increased enrollment, which leads to increased funding. But the impact of Move On When Ready does not stop there. It affects high school funding as well. Each student, although they are considered both high school and college student, each high school student still brings in funding and revenue for the high school. High schools receive CCRPI points for dual enrollment students just as they do any other student, which allows them to receive funding for these students as well. Move On When Ready also is unique in the sense that it offers the opportunity for college professors to teach classes on the high school campus. This can be a great benefit to schools who have limited staff and limited resources. It also keeps high schools from needing to provide transportation for their students to take classes on the college campus. So it eliminates the need to hire additional teachers, and it eliminates the need to provide transportation such as a bus. Perhaps the greatest impact of Move On When Ready is the impact it has on students and their parents. The Move On When Ready program can save parents potentially thousands of dollars by completely covering the cost of college attendance while high school students are still in high school. Students often graduate high school and enter college as second semester freshmen or even as sophomores if they have participated in the Move On When Ready program. Some Move On When Ready students have even graduated with an associate's degree at the same time they graduate with their high school diploma. Since Move On When Ready does not touch HOPE hours or the HOPE funding cap, students are completely eligible to participate in the HOPE scholarship program as they graduate high school. Move On When Ready also familiarizes students and their parents with the process of college classes before they actually attend college. So when students graduate high school, they are prepared and know what to expect as they enter the college atmosphere. Move On When Ready also provides exceptionally performing students with the challenge. Students are no longer limited to classes being offered at the high school. They can now take classes that stimulate their minds on the college level. Here are two examples of some South Georgia Technical College Move On When Ready students who truly excelled in the program. The first example is Jeffrey. He attended our electrical lineman program full-time his senior year of high school. He saved a total of $2,137. He graduated with his electrical lineman certificate at no cost to South Georgia Technical College. Although it did cost Move On When Ready $2,137, this is the same amount that it would have costed the HOPE Scholarship Program should Jeffrey have chosen to continue on into the electrical lineman program once he graduated high school as a regular student. So really he incurred no additional cost, and the Move On When Ready Hope Scholarship Program incurred no additional cost. Our next example is Ms. Shermell. She completed our Criminal Justice Associate's degree 9 days before she graduated with her high school diploma. She was able to attend South Georgia Tech full-time her junior and her senior year and saved a total of $6,314. Again, this was of no cost to South Georgia Tech, and Move On When Ready fully covered that cost. This is the same amount that it would have costed Shermell to graduate with her Criminal Justice Associate's degree as a regular student. So the cost was the same. It was no additional incurred cost, but it saved Shermell thousands of dollars and plenty of time. Should Shermell choose to attend a four-year college or university upon her graduation from high school, she will still be able and eligible to receive her entire Hope Scholarship amount. So there are several resolutions currently being discussed to the Move On When Ready funding issues. One important thing to note is that Move On When Ready will continue to provide funding to both the high school and the college for each student. One of the potential solutions is that if a student is a full-time college student who does not attend the high school campus at all, the funding would go then to the college and not to the high school since the student is not attending the high school campus. Another potential resolution is that if the college class is being taught on the high school campus with a high school teacher, then the funding goes strictly to the high school, not to the college. Another important thing to note is that Move On When Ready will continue to cover tuition and mandatory fees. But a potential resolution is that students could cover the course-related expenses, such as scrubs, lab kits, or uniforms. Also, colleges will continue to provide classroom sets of textbooks to be returned. However, should the classroom set of textbooks not be returned, students will be responsible for paying the fine to replace the textbook. My opinion on Move On When Ready is that it's a great opportunity, not only for students who need a challenge, but for students who also may lack financial resources to attend college when they graduate from high school, and for parents who are looking to save money on their students' education. I think that one of the issues that our institution has is that our administration doesn't necessarily want a huge percentage of our enrollment to be Move On When Ready students. That way, if the funding for Move On When Ready is ever cut, the enrollment for the institution itself is not necessarily decreasing. I feel like instead of stifling Move On When Ready student enrollment, it would be of greater benefit to the institution to increase regular enrollment. So perhaps instructors could recruit harder for their individual programs, and that's how we would increase our enrollment instead of through Move On When Ready students. I also think it would be wonderfully beneficial to keep a high level of funding for Move On When Ready. Since Move On When Ready doesn't affect student hope hours, it's not paying for classes twice. I feel like the best way to offer these students the great opportunities that they deserve is by funding it so that they still have an opportunity to attend college debt-free when they graduate from high school. References that I have used to create this presentation. Each one has countless information and additional resources to point you in the direction of why Move On When Ready is such an essential part of high school and college education currently. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of yours as well.